Welcome to the Hoppy Time Podcast, where we'll be diving into Belching Beaver's hazy IPA, Hazers Gonna Haze. Join us in our shenanigans while we drink and talk. Alright guys, welcome to the Hoppy Time Podcast. Yes, that's right, we gave it a name. Hoppy Time Podcast. Welcome to our official first episode, because technically the last one was episode 0. But yeah, I'm Flames Kid, and I'm here with...
Lena.
Cass.
And Cass is still making a face from the shot of Jameson we just took.
That shit was not smooth. I'm sorry. That thing was not smooth at all.
It's a fresh new bottle, man. It's not distilled yet.
What? I don't think that's right.
Alright, guys. So, since this is our first official episode, I guess we want to establish the agenda for the rest of the episodes. So, how about we start off by saying what we've done since the last episode? Technically, we do have a previous episode, but this is technically episode 1, so we're just going to set the agenda. So, guys, anybody volunteering to start?
I've done absolutely nothing.
Well, that was fast.
That was quick. How about you, Lena?
First.
Lena just works, comes home, sleeps, and does nothing else.
No eating, nothing?
I
Oh
mean,
my
well, yeah,
God.
I'm a fatty. I mean, a foodie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cass on this one. I've done absolutely nothing this week, besides edit the previous podcast and just do minor things here and there. But honestly, haven't really done much. So, guys, who picked the beer this week?
You did.
Ah,
Didn't
shit,
you
that was
do
me,
it?
huh? Okay. Well, this week, I wanted to go with something that I see a lot in stores. I see this brand, Belching Beaver, often. More often than not. And I don't know much about it, so that's what we're here to do, learn about it. And we're also going to taste the Hazers Gonna Haze today. So
Hazers gonna hate.
I say we give it a little sip and, give it a try.
Let's do it.
I mean, your beer already looks up, and I'm pretty sure you're already taking your sip.
Well, I haven't taken a sip yet. I have it open because I wanted to avoid that.
See, like, here's mine.
Oh,
That's what I wanted to avoid.
Why?
why is
This
the
it's
sound of
It's kind of really hard to edit that.
it's basically free ASMR. Why would you want to edit that out?
I mean, if you're into that kind of stuff, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I actually like it.
All right, let's give it a sip, you guys.
That was on purpose, by the way.
That's actually not that strong.
It has kind of a woody taste.
Ha, you get it because of beavers.
There's beavers on it.
They're woody.
It's a goddamn good beer.
Ha, knee slapper.
Damn as in DAM.
So, Rewind Queen, Lena. Now, the reason I brought that up is because in the previous podcast, in our epilogue, we kind of gave her like 3 different names. And we've established that her new nickname is going to be Lena.
Well, it's not new. It's kind of been going on for a while. But establishing it here in the podcast, I will be known from here on out as Lena or the Rewind Queen.
No, I think Lena's just going to stick.
All right.
At this point, it's Lena. Like, you just can't go back from that.
I'm okay with that. I accept that.
I'll honestly just use like any 3
Oh,
variations of her
Cass
names.
calls me Linda, though.
Yeah.
I'll use anything. It's gonna be Linda, Lena, Crystal, or actually I'll never use Rewind Queen. That's too damn long.
That
Uh,
is too damn long.
That's why I wanted
But-
to change it.
But in all fairness, it does represent who she is. She does like to rewind shows. It's annoying. You're watching your show. If you're paying attention, you're going to know what's going on. But if you're not paying attention, like last week when somebody wasn't paying attention to when I said the percentage of the alcohol, But I mean, I'm not here to judge.
Right.
Sure.
So guys,
we don't all judge each other every day of the damn
we judge each other?
year.
Anyways.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we all do. Anyways, I guess what made you choose this beer?
Honestly, like I told you earlier, it's just that I see it everywhere. I see Belching Beavers everywhere. I don't know much about them.
You see Belching Beavers anywhere?
I see them everywhere. They're belching.
You should probably go get that checked, man.
I
I'm
know.
pretty sure you shouldn't see those things.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I see it everywhere. Just based off the can, I mean, whoever drew this is pretty sick, man. You got 2 punk beavers. drinking, and a brick wall behind them, and tagged on the wall, "Damn good times."
That's very, very vague.
You wouldn't assume punk rock with the pants and the jackets?
Maybe not.
I guess it's not too far off.
It's not too far off, but I wouldn't necessarily say punk rockers, I guess.
This is a hazy.
For lack of better terms, I guess. Yeah, sure, why not, man? I won't disagree with you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just see them a lot. I know they have other beers, probably some better ones, but this is what I started with. I just saw it. I saw Hazy. Hazy caught my attention.
Because they're hazy IPAs.
Yeah, just used to them because of Voodoo Ranger. Please sponsor us. But our collegiate here in the group did some research based on the Belching Beavers. What'd you find out, Lena?
Well, they started up in 2012. They're based from San Diego, California.
Oh, so another local brewery.
Yeah,
Based in?
They started out in San Diego, California.
Well, no, I was just kind of like wanting to, like, what's the right way to say it?
Well, they started out in San Diego, or are they still there?
No, they're based out in San Diego. Yeah, so they have 4 different breweries.
Okay.
There's one in Oceanside, there's one in Vista, California, and 2 locations in San Diego, California. Oh. They have, and like you mentioned, they have different beers. They have, they claim to state they have beers for all palates, such as different IPAs. They have milk stouts, they have imperial stouts, sour, and aged barrel beer. So they try to meet everybody's criteria. They also have different seltzers. And this place is pretty interesting because on their website, they have a beer finder. So you can type in your location and it'll tell you who might have the nearest, They have a beer finder where you will be able to search your location to see what's the nearby store. And then you could also have this place ship your beer to your door, and that's available in California, I believe in Colorado as well, and I'm not sure if there were any other states, but they're now being sold at 14 different states. So for a new brewery, they're kind of trying to do big things. Their main thing is trying to use good ingredients and create great beer, not trying to just create so many different beers at once. They're really taking their time to perfect whatever they release, is what they're really emphasizing on their website, which is pretty cool.
Now, I saw here when you wrote down, I guess all their beers are vegan friendly.
Yeah, they are.
So how does anybody know how that works? Friendly beers?
Not really.
Because
I know yeast is not vegan friendly, right?
Yeah, because yeast is alive, if I'm not mistaken. Well, activated yeast, I believe. I'm not sure.
Well, this is what we have the internet.
Well, it did say vegan friendly.
Is yeast vegan?
However, they did mention none of their beers were gluten free.
Actually, we were wrong. Yeast is a suitable choice for vegans.
Well, shit.
So what's the difference? What
does make a beer vegan? That's a really
what makes
good question.
a beer vegan? So this is off Google. I just typed that in, and I'm gonna read it off, you guys. Wait, there's another thing here. Okay, but anyways, it says plant-based news notes most beer is in fact vegan, as it is usually made from barley, malt, water, hops, and yeast, which are all plant-based products. Some beers that are not considered vegan use animal products like isinglass and gelatin in the brewing process to make the color of the beer clear. So what, like lagers?
Interesting.
Lagers? I don't think so.
Are lagers vegan? That there's some that are and there's some that are not. It says many mainstream brands remain free from animal products, but I would assume that the small companies are still using some animal products, right?
I guess it just depends on what type of ingredients they want to use.
Yeah, I would say that. And I think it just depends on how it's made as well. You know, so maybe some companies have to use a certain product for the beer to taste a certain way. You know.
Maybe. You never know.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, any other facts? Sorry, not facts. Any other descriptions on the beer?
Well, I mean, you skipped the most important part. What does it taste like?
Exactly. It's actually not that strong.
Wait, didn't we choose a hazy IPA last week too?
Was it a hazy? The mango bomb? I don't remember if it was.
But
a
there's
hazy.
still one in the.
Let me see.
You don't have to.
Let me. I have a picture of it. So.
It's just called Mango Bomb.
No, it's a double NE IPA. So last week, that's when we were calling it Nebraska.
Yep. I'm still gonna call it Nebraska.
But
Wouldn't it be New England?
Nebraska. Actually, the state letters for Nebraska is NE.
That's why I called it Nebraska.
Yeah, but it's not for Nebraska.
So
unfortunately,
that's on a totally unrelated topic. What's the abbreviation for New England?
New England is not. It's not a state. That's what they
It's
call
not
it.
a state.
That's what they call a region.
Oh, it's a region.
Yeah.
I'm not very good with geology, guys. I'm sorry.
Wait, geology?
Yeah, geology.
Jesus Christ! You need to go back to school.
Don't you?
No, thank you. That's why I left in the first place.
Shout out to Ellie Jordan.
Oh God.
Luckily, Lena had the pleasure of not going to L.A. Jordan while me and Cass were stuck there.
Funny thing is, I lived near Jordan for like the longest time for most of my life, but yeah, that didn't happen. I was supposed to go to Fremont.
She was one of those little preppy high school kids.
Yeah, I got the pleasure of getting a visual and performing arts
Oh my God!
opportunity.
So fancy.
So, I'm looking up a map of New England because I had to settle the score on that.
New England
'Cause
Patriots, man.
New England Patriots,
Woo!
you know? It's funny, I
No.
like the team, but I don't know where they're from, right? So it says here that it's based off of 6 states. It is Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island.
Also,
That-
all, the
all of
little
that-
states.
I would
Basically
assume.
half of the 12 original colonies.
I would assume because.
Oh my God, 13. Oh God, I can't.
12.
You guys want to fill me in on that?
What? So you know what?
On the 13?
13 original colonies. Did you never learn that?
Oh yeah. I
Oh,
forgot.
I forgot. I'm sitting here at the table with Jordan folks. Jordan
Hey.
graduates.
Not all Jordan. Not all Jordan graduates ended up making podcasts. Okay. Some of them actually became teachers, and I know a few.
Some of them
Yeah, I
became-
did too. She was valid Victorian.
Not for Jordan though.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Was she?
Yeah, she was valid Victorian. My childhood best friend was valedictorian for Jordan High School. I was there. I
Wait,
saw
say
her
say valedictorian one more time.
Valedictorian.
No, it's valedictorian.
No, it's not.
Hey, man, don't look at me.
Oh no, hell no.
I said 12.
I can't be wrong. I cannot be wrong on that.
Don't listen to me, man.
Isn't it valid?
No, I don't think. I don't think there's 2 V's.
It's
in it.
valedictorian.
Yeah, it's not. There's not.
See, I knew it.
You're wrong about that. Preppy high school.
I know, preppy high school, Crystal.
What's up?
It's valedictorian.
Oh,
Jordan for the win.
Valedictorian, I guess.
Trivia question: what's the follow up to the valedictorian?
Valedictorian.
Ding ding, he got it.
Jordan for the win. Woo. Yeah, but you got a Jordan now.
Shout out to all my Jordan
A
peeps
better
listening.
experience in high school.
Really? You want to talk about high schools right now?
You want to talk about better experiences right now?
Oh,
So guys, Belching Beaver. Should we try other beers from them?
I want to try their seltzers. I did see that some of their seltzers, especially the mango flavored and the berry flavor, I believe, got awards.
What kind of awards?
Just great flavor and stuff. I didn't really get specifics on that. I can pull that up.
And I'll do the same thing.
Honestly, I kind of want to shy away from the IPA.
What would you like to try?
I don't know, something that's just not an IPA, because we've been sticking to a bunch of like IPAs.
Well, it is your pick next week. I mean, you can surprise us next week.
I
It
am. I
is
actually saw
Chris's
one.
pick next week.
I actually
oh my
saw
God.
one. I don't know what the name of it is or anything like that, but I kind of like the artwork on it because it looked like really trippy. So I'll go out and buy it sometime this week or next week or this weekend, because we're technically on Friday is when we recorded this.
Now, I won't lie to you guys. I have tried a Belching Beaver prior to this one. I've tried the peanut butter one. It was actually pretty good, but I'm just not a big fan of the stouts.
I love stout.
So, I mean, it wasn't something that I'd go to and you know keep on buying for myself. But it was good for what, you know, for the time when I was drinking it. Could be that, or it was because I already had a few beers in me, and you know anything just tastes good at that point.
Yeah. Ironically, my first stout that I tasted was from Belching Beaver. It was actually at Uncle Henry's, like a little deli kind of like bar, I guess.
Yeah, that's in Downey, California, guys.
Shout out to Uncle Henry's.
Shout out to Uncle Henry's.
I love that place.
It's so good.
We have not been there in a while, guys. I mean, this
Yeah,
whole
man.
pandemic just really messed everything up for everybody, you know.
It really hit.
And for us alcoholics, it just made things a little bit more difficult, you know.
Yeah, man. But yeah, they had their milk stout, I believe it was called, and it was from San Diego, California. Like the because it's basically like a deli, and then they just have like a bunch of taps on the back of the wall. From what I've heard a lot of people say, it's like 100 taps that they have stuck to the wall, and like they literally just serve them like off those taps, and yeah, so you can just like, you walk in there, it's like a really small little place, it's not really that big, and like I said, it's a deli, so you can get like sandwiches and stuff made for you there.
Yeah,
But yeah, like on their wall, like I was like super into the stouts when I first started like drinking beers like more often. I started liking the stouts because I'm more of a dark beer drinker, I guess, because I like the taste of it. And I tried one, like I just had a random, like just sheer randomness. I went up and I was like, oh, like, you know, like what is a good stout? And one of the employees there pointed me in the direction of what is it called, Belching Beaver. But he mentioned the name, but I completely spaced out and I forgot about it. But he served me the stout, and I noticed that on the tap, it was like in the shape of a sandal, and it said San Diego, California on it. So I mean, now that I know about Belching Beaver, I'm like pretty sure it was a Belching Beaver milk stout. I'm just not sure what the name of the beer was though.
Okay. I mean, who pays attention to beers when you're already drinking, you know? You just want something that tastes good, and you're just going to take it.
Yep.
So, Lena, did you find any information on the Belching Beaver Awards?
I did. Not so much on the seltzers, but according to their website, the mango flavor called Here Comes Mango IPA, the Indian Pale Ale, that is a delicious and fruity IPA without the punch to the face. It is a complemental natural mango flavor for juicy, tropical, and well-balanced beer. It is 6.6 alcohol content, and it won San Diego's International Beer Competition in 2017. It took the gold.
Damn, 2017, so it's been 4 years now.
Yeah, it has. And a lot of their beers are year-round. And then it looks like the peanut butter milk stout that you mentioned. It has 5.3 alcohol content. It won Canadian International Beer Awards Gold in 2018, twice for Best of the Show, Specialty Beers, and then Best of USA as a total. And then it won West Coast Draft Can Invitational 2018, Best in the Show for Peanut Butter, and Best New Discovery Award. It's won plenty of awards. Also in 2017, West Coast Craft Can Interventional, and then as well as World Beer Championships. It took bronze and silver in 2014 and 2015.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. A lot of their beers actually have great reviews. I'm looking on here on Viva la Beaver.
Viva la Beaver.
It actually has 2019 first place Japan Brewers Cup and also gold place in Craft Brewers Cup and gold unique ingredient beer.
Not bad. Not bad with these beavers. So I guess they have really good beer, huh?
Yeah, it looks like they're like I said earlier, they really emphasize on having great ingredients in their beer. They may not have so many choices for a beer that started off in 2012, but they're really practicing on trying to get the best taste before they release it. They're not trying to go for quantity, they're looking for quality.
Nice. I mean, that's good. You know, that's important because us as consumers, you know, we're looking for something that tastes good, something that, well, first of all, something that tastes good. Because I mean, who wants a bad tasting beer? 2, we want to find something that's accessible. You know, we don't want to drive 30 miles out of our way to, you know, get a beer. You know, it's just not gonna happen. Which is why you know certain beers are so popular. Modelo, Coronas, Heineken. You know, those beers are really accessible. They're really well known, and that brings to their success because they're really accessible. You know, you don't want to drive. You know, like for example, the Belching Beavers here. Let's say they were only available in San Diego. You know, maybe they'll be popular there, but say somebody in Pennsylvania, they're not gonna know what a Belching Beaver is. You know, so I would say that's important for a brewery to survive. You know, accessibility. Another thing that you want is, you know, ingredients. You want really good ingredients in your beer, because we already know beer is bad. You know, we already know beer is bad. It's not good for your health. But you don't want to make that worse by consuming bad ingredients in your beer. You know, so I think Belching Beaver is one of those brands that really cares about, you know, the people that they're serving their beer to. And I mean, it shows in their awards, it shows in their ingredients, and their what is it called? Just in the way that people are talking about them. I mean, we've picked them up. You know, we were able to find them at our local beer shop, Corked. This is a shout out. But yeah, I have nothing bad to say about this beer. It's pretty good. I'd probably keep buying it, you know, if I keep finding it.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, the ones we bought were like in a 4-pack. I'd probably buy it if it was in a 6-pack. You know, it's not just availability. It's also like the quantity it comes in. You know,
maybe there's some sort of rule that comes to that, because maybe the strength of the beer has something to do with that.
Nah, man, I've seen plenty of beers the higher alcohol volume than this, and they come in 6-packs. I just want to say it's the way the companies choose to ship them in.
That's true. I mean, their price also, you know.
Yeah, because like, look, this is an entire pint, which is more than what we're used to here in.
Yeah, but then you have to figure out who you're comparing them to. You know, if they're a big time brand, they have the money to splurge, you know, on their product, on their merchandising. You're talking about small time people. You know, I've seen beers for 4-packs for like $23. You know,
more than that,
and they're just local breweries. You know.
Yeah. So, well, I mean that's also the thing to consider. Like, you have to consider the size of the brewery, or like the popularity of it, because, like you said, you want a beer to be accessible, but what if selling these in, I don't know, maybe Iowa isn't really giving them that much return? You know, they're eventually gonna stop shipping it to Iowa because it's eventually a loss of money to them.
That's true. I mean, you know,
it's all about the revenue, honestly.
And I mean, this is why, you know, besides the fact that we're drinking here and we're talking about it, we want to get our facts straight. We want to be able to give them a solid shout out with, you know, hard evidence, you know, about who they are, what they represent, rather than just talk out of our ass, you know, excuse my French, and, you know, just, you know, bring out false facts about them. You know, they're a really good brand, And like I said, this is technically my second beer from them, but my first one that I actually consumed knowingly, and I actually like it. Like I said, if I see it again, I'd probably pick one up and drink it.
Yeah, true. So I'm looking at the back of the can, and it says it has like the Belching Beaver logo, like, you know, pretty much like these canned beers that come from like these specific breweries. They normally have like a little piece of not, I don't want to say history, but like a little introduction to them for like the people about themselves. And on the back right here it says at the Beav, that's what we call it, we love hazy IPAs. So we decided to introduce a year-round hazy style full of juicy awesomeness. Hazers gonna haze. Will be a rotating hop series and will showcase new hop combinations throughout the year. Same label, different hop profiles. We love craft beer, and making new styles is what we're all about. We are fans of hazy IPAs, and we hope Hazers Gonna Haze will make you fans too. Cheers, Tom. Now, I don't know who Tom is, but he sounds like a smart guy.
Well, why don't we find out? I mean, this is why we have the internet. This is why we do that.
Is it Tom from MySpace?
Maybe it's Tom DeLong. He lives in San Diego.
Oh, that's right. We have, just for those who do not know, Flames Kid and Cass, these are the two biggest Blink-182 and AVA fans I know.
Woo! We're going to go see them in November.
We will.
Tom, please give us a shout out. Thank you.
Tom, please listen to this.
Now, Tom, the one we're talking about here, about Belching Beavers, his name is Tom Vogel. He's the CEO of Belching Beaver. So he's the one writing that note to us.
So basically, it's a little personal message that he's giving to everybody that buys his beer, I guess. Which is pretty cool, man, because like I said, like, yes, maybe these are, like, I don't want to say small-time brewers, but, like, you know, they're not, what do you call it? Like, industrial, well, not industrial, but, like, they're not, like, Coronas or Modelos, you know, they're little personal breweries. And it's cool that they give you, like, a little piece of what this beer means to them and what they're trying to do by making this beer, you know? Like, it's just pretty cool, man, you know? It's always nice to have something personal when you buy something from a company, you know?
Right.
It makes you feel, like, appreciated that you're buying it. Even if it's, like, really general and it's, like, on all the beers and everything, it's still nice to have that.
Hey, they took the time to include it into their design, which is great. And it's a great beer. And I look forward to trying more of their stuff. I really am.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I'm looking at their Facebook right now, and there's already a beer I want to try.
For a second, I thought you said MySpace. I'm like, what the?
No,
What's
my
that?
friend, MySpace has been dead for a while. Well, technically, it's not dead. It's like a musician's thing now.
It's in remission.
That's a bad joke. That's a really bad joke. But yeah, there's a brand. I mean, sorry, there's a type of beer that they have. Well, sorry, not type. It's more like a different brand of haze. What would we call it?
I have no clue.
They use the perfect thing here, but let's see. I guess it's the same label, just different hop profile. No, it's just a different one called Deftones Phantom Bride.
I saw that. The can looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, the can looks pretty interesting, so I probably want to try that. And just to describe it, it has a bunch of... Think of a Dia de los Muertos for us Mexican listeners here. Think of Dia de los Muertos, a calavera with a bunch of roses around. You know, the calavera. And the calavera is in the face of in the shape of like a snake. Oh no, sorry, in the shape of a beaver actually. Belching Beaver, right? Pretty interesting.
Right.
Pretty interesting, you know. There's another one called Buenos Tiempos, same, styled with the Dia de los Muertos, with a guitarist and a bunch of what looks like roses around there. I was gonna say offerings at first, but then I was gonna start thinking about what's that movie from Disney?
What, Coco?
There you go, Coco.
Wait, you said roses? I don't think they're roses. I forget what the they're orange, right? I'm assuming.
No, they're red.
They're red?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, never mind.
They're orange. There's two orange ones around the red, but yeah, there's roses.
Yeah, because those are like specific flowers that they put out for Dia de los Muertos.
See,
I forgot what they're called, but
see, it's funny because here
Culture.
we're very uncultured when it comes to our own culture. You know,
Isn't that sad?
that's very sad. You know, me and Cass are Mexican, and it's sad to say, but we've never really practiced Dia de los Muertos.
True.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it just wasn't something we were brought up on. So we're learning as we go along. Coco was a big help. How about you, Lena?
Well,
What's your culture on Dia de los Muertos?
I am Central American. My mom's side of the family is Salvadorian, and my dad's side of the family is Guatemalan. We don't do
You get the best
Dia de
of
los
both
Muertos.
worlds.
Right. I also have some Honduran in me, but my grandma doesn't really claim that side just because she was born in Honduras, but she was raised in El Salvador.
If you're trying to say it in Spanish, it's actually
It's
say
Honduras.
Honduras.
Yeah.
Honduras.
So in Spanish, you don't really pronounce the H.
It just makes a sound, but you don't pronounce it.
Yeah, so it's Honduras.
We're not trying to correct it. We're just trying.
Yeah,
to
we're just
Right.
trying to teach you the right way to say it.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah, thanks.
unless in your culture they say it differently, but
Yeah, true.
at least in Mexicans they say Honduras.
Mexicans. That's funny.
Alrighty, guys. Anything else you want to add to Belching Beaver?
Maybe not. I mean, it's a damn good times beer, but like I said, I kind of want to stray away from the IPAs because
Well,
the whole point.
It's your turn next time.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like the whole point of this podcast was to try different beers, and if we're kind of like trying IPAs most of the time, then what's the fun in that, right?
But that's because we drink a lot of voodoos and they're all IPAs.
I know.
Voodoo, please sponsor us.
Voodoo, please sponsor us. Yeah, but like for sure. I mean, hopefully the beer I'm talking about isn't an IPA, because I really kind of want to try it just because of the artwork on the can. It just looks so fucking trippy and it's cool. But yeah, man, like, I don't know what the name of the beer is. I have no idea what it is. Like, I didn't even see it. I just saw the artwork and it looked pretty cool. So yeah, hopefully it's a good one for next time. And unfortunately, it only comes in a 4-pack, so we're gonna have to deal with that.
That's fine though. Like I said, we're keen on trying new beers, whether it's a 2-pack, 4-pack, 6-pack, no pack.
No pack means we get nothing.
God damn it, that's not good. But yeah, is there any other flavor of Belching Beaver you guys would like to try?
Nah, man, I just really want to retry that milk stout because I really liked it at Uncle Henry's.
I kind of want to try the peanut butter one
that's
and the
the one
mango
I'm
one
talking about.
because those are the ones that have a lot of awards.
That's not bad. I mean, like I said, for me,
The peanut butter one is good, but it is strong.
I've never had it.
That's the one I want to try again. It's like it's really really dark and it has like a really really like
Bring it.
like it hardly tastes like peanut butter, but you get the hints of peanut butter in the aftertaste.
okay, not too bad. Well, guys, to end it off, are you guys looking at that baseball game right now?
Can you just end it off? Please, thank you.
All right, guys. So we have been the Hoppy Time Podcast, bringing you nothing but useless facts and a lot of beer drinking. So, I've been Flames Kid,
And I've been Cass.
I am Lena.
and we bid you adieu again, and we hope to see you here next week. So here are useless facts and us ranting
Based off of Chris's beer.
based
What?
off of Chris's beer. Yeah,
What beer? What?
yeah, because he gets to pick next week.
Oh, okay, I see.
And that's going to be very interesting because I'm pretty sure he's going to pick a stout and it's not going to be good.
I like I said, I have no idea what it is, man, or what we have in store. But
We have no idea what we're getting
all
ourselves into.
all I
but
can
that's
tell
the
you is
whole
the
point of
can
this.
is gonna be fucking dope. It's gonna be sick.